Sagittarius, I'm Shah from Charlie's Angel on YouTube and Buddy Advice on Facebook. You can find the links to Google, Facebook, Instagram and Mewe just there, around there, and become a member down here, please. You can become a member free of charge. It doesn't cost you anything. Would you like to be notified? Hit the bell. That's the button next to the membership. This is your video for 2019. I'm making them in Dutch as well, so I might leave something out. Subtitles are on, and I would suggest go and have a look at the Dutch one as well. Perhaps the readings change every time, so that's why I advise everybody as much as I can or remember to look at both videos. That's the fun of being bilingual. You can have and being the viewer, you have two readings instead of one. In January you have the Chariot, and the Chariot means going forth, being in motion. You can see there's no reins, and so she has to use the strength of her mind telepathically to steer the Sphinx. The Sphinx are shown here, but usually it's a white horse and a black horse, but here the Sphinx are gold and silver. The Chariot means that you might be moving home. You're a champion, you get recognition, you might be going on holiday, but you are going forth. To clarify that card, the Chariot, we have the crossroads, which are depicted in a stairways splitting in two. So you've got more than one choice. Perhaps you might want to go on holiday, and for example you don't know what to choose because you want to go to the winter sport or you want to go to somewhere warm. So you've got your options. In February you have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is looking into the sky here like, I'm bored, what can I do? I'm the king, I've got the kingdom, I've got my work cut out, I know how to invest. He's learned everything and he's full of knowledge and wisdom, but he's seeking inspiration, he's seeking harmony, he's perhaps seeking a little bit more of love, because just remember, if you've been focusing and studying and working so hard, you might have forgotten the people around you, and you feel lonely and you feel bored. So remember, if you are studying or working, don't overdo it. Not everybody can become a king, but you can always reach your goal. Like the Chariot, you have decisions to make. So, you know, there's also, like I said, the king wants to be inspired. Sorry, the sun is really awkward. But we've got the sickle here. You've got the sickle here, and the sickle means that you are harvesting something and you leave the past behind. Perhaps, and also because you are in motion with the Chariot, you are going forth and not backwards. So you're not looking back, and definitely the king isn't looking back. The king is looking more or less sideways forward. In March you have the Four of Coins, and perhaps you've been spending too much money, or you are holding on very tightly onto your money. But like I said, you're leaving the past behind and you're harvesting in February. So don't try to hold on to negative things from the past. You can remember them and learn from them, like the king has. Otherwise he wouldn't have been the king. Perhaps you've been too generous and over Christmas and New Year with giving so many parties or buying presents that you are a little bit short of money. But like the king, he's looking for inspiration, and he'll get there. Because I'm saying this because the woman is lying on it, on top of the Four of Pentacles, and it could be you yourself. It doesn't have to the person card, but it does. The person card, the cards don't have sex. Like, it's a woman, okay, it's the woman that spent the money, blah blah blah. But it can also be somebody. It can be a man or a female, the person, but it can be a male with the aspects or talents from a woman, like caring. If you're the male and you've been too generous, and perhaps you were caring too much about people and spending a little bit more money on beautiful things, because the lady stands for sensuality, beauty, the love of good things, the love of caring. And yeah, perhaps you've given too much of yourself to others. In March you have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is bringing you a message. It might be a message because the swords are the air signs, and the air signs are recognized or mean judicial background. So it might be from the tax office that you are getting money back, or you might have to pay a little bit, like road tax. Or perhaps you might get a message that you're getting child support, or you've worked so much and you've paid too much tax, so you'll be getting money back, because it's lying next to the Four of Coins, and that's holding on to money. So that's why I'm saying perhaps you might be receiving news that you might be getting some money back. But if you are the person that cared about somebody and you lent them money and then they didn't pay you back, there will be a discussion, because the birds also mean news, gossip or discussion. Don't listen to the gossip. Like I said, don't listen to negativity. Somebody might have just flown the coop. Let's say you had a business partner, and that's why I'm saying have a look at the Dutch video, because it's slightly different. But now when I'm doing this reading, I get it. If you've had a business partner and he's flown the coop, then you might have had a court case or a jurisdictional person looking at it and calling him back and asking him to pay. So that could be even the debt collector, and you're getting news that they've got the money for you, so you're getting it back. It's unfortunate if you have to take actions like that, but the Knight of Swords is hasty and does fight for what he believes and fight for righteousness. In May you have the Ace of Pentacles. That means you might have a new job, a new home, but it's a new beginning definitely, and a new beginning of abundance. Something is beginning that will give you more money, more material than you've had. And like I said, it might be jurisdictional. Perhaps you might go and work in a municipality or for a municipality. Perhaps that is the debate and the news that you've had from the municipality. Come and talk to us, because we would like you to work for us. And the contracts are being signed in May. Sorry, I've got a cold. In June we have Temperance, so that means you have to balance something. Most probably balance thought and emotion, or perhaps your emotions, ground yourself. Here you can see a lady trying to pour water from one cup to another cup and trying to balance it. And here in June we have the ship. Your ship is coming in. That ships come into the harbour, and they were used for import and export, so your ships are coming in. So in May and in June you have abundance coming in. The airship also means that you are above the clouds, so you've got no problem, because we've got you're in above the clouds, above the mountains, sorry. Here you can see mountains, and the card mountain is in the Lenormand, and that means problems or delays. You see blockages, you see the mountains, but you don't have to climb the mountains, you can follow the path. But because you are in the airship and you're above the mountains, there are no problems. So the abundance is coming very nicely, and you have to balance your bank balance. In July you have the Page of Pentacles, so you are getting news about a job interview, or about money, or about a house that you wanted to buy. It could be a young person that's bringing the news, because the Page is the youngest of the court cards, and this is to clarify it, and it confirms that you are getting news, because you've got the messenger. The messenger from the Lenormand also means that you might be visiting somebody, or somebody is visiting you. Like I said in March, so perhaps you've lended money to somebody and they were dependent on you, because Pentacles, of 5 of Pentacles, means beholden and excluded from, because the church is a community, and you've got a church window and you see a family here and they are outside the church. They feel left out. Perhaps somebody, perhaps you or somebody else feels left out, but also the church is the community, and the church provides. The church is charitable, so perhaps you have been charitable to somebody, or somebody is being charitable to you, and perhaps you depend on that person, and it could be a male, it could be somebody as a male, the person itself, a person card, or it could be somebody that is very businesslike, that has the talents and aspects of a man, the breadwinner, the boss, the father, that perhaps you feel excluded from this person, that he's too businesslike and he's icy towards you, so you feel locked out. Or this person, it might be a friend, a male friend, that feels locked out of your heart. So be careful that you don't cut people off. September. In September we have the 4 of Cups, and this says that there will be an offer coming to you from an unexpected source, and as in the cards we say, from the universe. So be aware of what is being offered, or what the opportunities are in September, and be more aware of people around you. As this guy is sitting underneath the tree, staring out in front of him, but he's bored, and he's not seeing what the opportunities are, or what is being offered to him. This is clarified by the fish. The fish means good luck in business, working in groups. You're able to delegate quite well, so you could be a manager or a manageress, and working in a team. Perhaps this man will be offering you a job to work in a team, and people do people are beholden to the manager or the manageress or the CEO, and you have to steer away. But be careful, there's no borders. There's no borders in the sea. So you know, if somebody asks too much of you, do say no. Don't be scared not to say no. Tell them your limits. Show them your limits. In October, you have competition. This is a mock fight. These are young people fighting with the staves. This is the 5 staves, and it's competition. But competition can also be how do you call it? That's the Dutch word, concurrentie. Competition. I forgot the English word. Sorry. Zoals ik zei, in oktober heb je, like I said, sorry, in October you have competition. It might be competition in business, it might be competition in learning, because you've got 3 pentacles in the second half of the year, and because you have the book. And the book means secrets, things you have to find out, or study. And this is actually quite nice, because we've got the apprentice and recognition in November. So that's the pentacles of 3. I terrible the sun. I'm sorry about that, guys. So you are being recognized for your hard work and your competitiveness, and that's why you get that offer in September, and you're doing well and you're getting recognized, and also you are networking because you've got the garden. The garden means networking, getting together, reunion. So there might be a reunion with an old school pal, there might be a school reunion, perhaps it might be a reunion because in May you got the ace, and the pentacles do stand for jobs and projects and materialistic things. Perhaps they said, well, you have to go back to school and get your diploma, and when you do that, then we will give you the job, and they have recognized you because of your diploma. You've got that, you've kept your word, and you're back in the job, back in the firm and in the job. And it's lying, this is so amazing about the cards, this is lying right underneath May, pentacles and pentacles, and the letter means study, means contracts. So I think that's amazing. In December you have the Queen of Swords, and I think this card is amazing because it looks like the third eye is lit up, but it is her crown, and she is a spiritual person because she's wearing purple and blue, blue being of the swords and purple being of the spiritual color. She's quite a self-reliant person, independent. She does not depend, she doesn't like to be dependent, as she is self-sufficient. She goes into action sometimes without thinking, and she can also say things without thinking. So if you are such a person, be careful what you say and what you do, and don't take too much of a swift action, because the swords cut from both sides. But be honest, and luck is on your side because you've got the clovers. The white flowers mean that you are thinking about somebody from the past, and thinking is one of the aspects of the air signs because they are thinkers, communicators and action takers. For the first half of the year you've got the Chariot as the rune stone, and the rune stone is number 7, so that is good luck. And of course in January you have the Chariot as well in card form, and as a tarot card, as one of the big arcana, and that is number 7. So you definitely have 2 7s. That means good luck. And in the second half of the year, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and that is 10. And that is number 1. So there will be a new beginning in the second half of the year, especially in September, if you take that offer and if you can see it. And there's lots of abundance, new starts, choices, and the Ace of Pentacles. That you've got, that's the tarot meaning. I'll give you the spiritual meaning for the Chariot. That's the first half. Harmony is the lesson of the stone. Here you are, drawn to focus on your material and spiritual worlds. Do not succumb to inferior feelings, nor allow yourself to be carried away with illusions of grandeur, that you are better than anybody else. Nobody is better than anybody else. Are you ready to accept life on life terms? That's for the first half of the year, the Chariot. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Prosperity, opportunist, risk taker, and optimistic. Fortunes are spent but peace comes not by a teller's hand. The stone reminds you that there exists order in all things. Remember that as things exist above, they reflect below. That's what comes round goes round. Could it be possible that heaven is here on earth and we have failed to see it? And what were we talking about? Harmony. And you've got the Angel card here. Harmony. I'm going to turn it around like this. Harmony. I think it's a beautiful card. And you've got yellow. And I'll try to yellow. It's like a daffodil, and it's number 22. Cleanse your body, and you can cleanse your body with lemon. It will cleanse also your digestive system, and it will, once you are cleansed, it will bring you peace, because you're much healthier. And it's 22, and 2 and 2 is 4, so it will also bring you stability, because number 4 means stability. Yellow helps you to cleanse your body, and it also it cleanses inside all your organs, and it will lighten things up. It will illuminate once your system is clean. You can use yellow like the sun, the rays of the sun, or imagine that there are rays of yellow among you, when around you, when you are actually meditating or sitting quietly with your eyes closed. Just think of the rays of yellow and the sun, and it should bring you harmony. I think this is a lovely reading. I wish you a fantastic time at Christmas and New Year's Eve, and I hope 2019 is awesome. I hope to see you back in January. Take care, Sagittarius.